Live from Mount Charleston studio in somewhere in Las Vegas, Nevada, or like a suburb of Nevada, because it's actually Mount Charleston. Hope you had a great Christmas. Welcome to the show. This is Bettor Center Live on bettorcenter.com. Also YouTube at Louie Diamond, Facebook. Also, please, sorry about the technical difficulties. It happens from time to time, but we're working through it. We're going to have a great day. Coming up on today's show, we have Week 16 of the National Football League. We have a highlight reel, and the man on the street is in Dallas, Texas. Ooh, I hope one of these great three sports handicappers that are right here to give us a little insight, some information, to give us their picks, and of course, to help make us some money. I hope that they can make some sense of what happened last night with the Miami Dolphins and the Oakland Raiders, because it looked like John Gruden wanted to run out the clock, kick a field goal, just get in the locker room and go home to Las Vegas, to chilly Las Vegas, but it just didn't work that way. This guy comes in named Ryan Fitzpatrick, replaces Tua Tagovailoa, the number one draft pick from Alabama, and he just puts a hurting on the Raiders, comes back. There was a crazy pass. We all know what happened. The face mask gave him 15 yards, and the Miami Dolphins win the football game. So let's introduce these three guys right now. We have all the way from right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Louie Bag of Diamonds. Also from Gilbert, Arizona, I believe that is the redheaded machine, Mr. Tony Gulledge. And this guy who eats a lot of cheese, probably not lactose intolerant, Mr. Chumly. Guys, welcome to the show. Someone make some sense out of this, please.
Good morning, Brad. I'll make some sense out of it real quick, Brad.
Yeah.
John Gruden is who we thought he was. It's, I don't know. I mean, maybe did some overthinking. He's not backing down. And, I don't know if that's 100% right, wrong decision. But I don't know. You got to have a little faith in your defense. What's crazy is at the same time, the same thing almost happened to Liberty. Didn't have any faith in their defense. They tried to run the clock out, but then he fumbles the ball because the lineman was pushing him in the end zone. So a lot of crazy things there. I don't know. Old-fashioned football, defense wins games, guys. Defense wins games. I get it. You can try to run the clock out, but you got to have some faith in your defense, because what happens when you show them right there you don't have faith in them, and then they have to step up? I don't know. It's not a good psychological thing in my eyes. I think you go in and you seal the deal. My opinion.
Oh, boy. Fitzpatrick does it again. I know. I'm just trying to get off that boat that he's such a journeyman, and he comes back in and he wins the game for the Miami Dolphins, and they have a good chance to make the playoffs. Tony, can you make sense of this, please?
Tony.
At the greatest. We're going to move to Chumly.
I have no sound at all, guys. Literally none.
All right. Then we move to Chumly.
Well, to make a long story short, he should have probably punched it in and got that touchdown. But honestly, if there's 20 seconds left in the game and they got to drive the whole field and you give up a field goal, you deserve to lose. They left the receiver wide open, the face mask, and it honestly was the worst beat I've had in a while. I had the under 50.5, and that got it to 51. But yeah, it was It was awful at the end of the game. They did everything wrong.
All right.
Chumly,
I went from having some sound to no sound, so it's gone.
Oh, here's no sound. Chumly, I expected you to have like a moose's head in the background.
All right, leave it there where I can hear it.
I can do this show with my deer heads next week.
All right, we're still waiting for our technical difficulties with Tony Gulledge, but that's okay. We're going to move to the first game of our National Football League schedule. This is Week 16. Let's do the Colts at the Steelers. This game opened up, I believe it was +3 for the Colts. It is now a pick'em, but this line keeps moving. Louie, why does this line keep moving?
Well, they're getting a little bit of love on Indianapolis. I think a lot of it is still people are losing faith in Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers real fast. And a lot of it may be just because they've kind of figured out Roethlisberger. And if you don't give him, if you go in and you put the pressure on him, the game changes a little bit. He's trying to get rid of the ball real quick. And so he doesn't have that pressure. And I think they've kind of caught up to him. Now he's got a defense here today that could really give him some fits and really kind of expose this Pittsburgh team. Because at the end of the day, 11-0 was great, and they were looking great, but 4 straight losses, and now you really have it. I mean, you got pretty much slapped around by Cincinnati last week. I don't care what that score was. Cincinnati came to play, and you certainly did not. Usually in that scenario, Pittsburgh's going to be the play the following week. So I'm real nervous about putting anything on this game except for maybe some teaser action. It's tough to call, but I got to believe that Indianapolis defense should be up to the challenge here today. But it's going to be tough to bet against Ben going down 4 straight.
Chumly, no team in NFL history has lost 4 games straight after starting 11-0. Could this happen to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, it very well could. The problem right now is Ben just does not have any time at all to throw. He's running for his life. He's banged up. I mean, in Indianapolis today could give him some fits. I agree with Louie though. I could not. I wouldn't be able to back either way. I think it's going to be a great game and probably decided in the end. Pittsburgh's going to get it turned around. They have too much talent on both sides of the ball, but it's just a great matchup, and I wouldn't lean on either side today. But it's going to be a fun game to watch.
All righty, Mr. Gulledge, it looks like you're with us. Please.
Yes, we're using some auxiliary audio devices, making it possible to hear this. So hopefully this works out. I'm going to play Pittsburgh in this game, 3 straight. They basically hit the pits last week against Cincinnati. There's nowhere to go but up once you have a game that poor. I think all the perception is the Steelers 11-0 to 11-3. I just don't see them losing the 4th here. Not saying it's possible. For me, it's a small play. I'm taking the Steelers.
All right, you heard it right there from Tony G. Welcome back. Technical difficulties, a thing of the past. We move to our game number 1. Ooh, big game. The Broncos at the Chargers. This game opened up -2.5 LA. It is still -2.5, but the over-under certainly moved. It opened up at 51, and that is down to 47. We'll start with Tony G since we have some audio from you right now, and you can hear me.
Yeah, now I'm learning. Listen on my phone. When it's my turn, turn the speaker off so I don't hear myself through the phone. By the second game, I'm going to get this right. Let's go with the Chargers in this game against the Broncos. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little disarray with my notes and everything at the second, but let me just give you the pick and go to the next guy. I like the Chargers -3 against the Broncos.
Chumly, same thing.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those games where it's getting close to bar time, and you look over and you see one about 300 looking at you and one about 280, and you're trying to decide what to do. The best thing to do here is you just stay away from the game. There's nothing statistically or anything that I could back either side with. I do have some bigger plays coming up on some of the other games, but I'm staying away from this one.
All right, fair enough. Louie Diamond, the Chargers could be one of 2 teams in NFL history to lose 3 games in which they were leading by 17-plus points in a single season. Is that enough to stay away from them?
Well, you know what? If the game meant something, I would think that the Chargers would be the nuts here today. So I just played them a little bit on a teaser. On my big teaser, on my full 8 teams that I've played into the teaser here today. So I got to believe that Chargers are probably a solid play, but the game means nothing. So I will pretty much almost put nothing on it and be aggravated when the Chargers blow them out. That's what I'm going to think.
Our game number 2 of Week 16 of the National Football League. The Brownies, who are missing 4 wide receivers due to COVID, at the New York Football Jets. This opened up -10.5, but this line has really moved. It is -7. It could even be lower right now. Over under 44.5. That is now currently 44. And we'll start with you, Louie Diamond. Who do you like and why?
Well, I gotta, this has got to be just a play against the Jets after that big win. The monkeys off their back. They celebrated all week. Cleveland, now they know they need to win. They gotta keep pace. They have this is This is a big game for them, and they need to capture this win right now against a weak Jet team. And I believe they're just going to ground and pound, and they're probably going to get away with this. And I think Cleveland's really got to be the solid play here today. Not so much for Cleveland and their injuries, because, listen, they know they got a lot of COVID issues right now. So these guys are going in, know they got to step up and play that extra game. So they have the pressure of needing to win, as well as the pressure of knowing that they got to step up. I got to believe Cleveland is a monster play on a teaser. They're going to win this game, but I believe the laying the points should be a solid winner as well.
Chumly, with this line moving to -7 Cleveland, are you going to still look at the Browns? Or is this a move where the Jets could get their second win and move out of the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes officially?
Well, yeah, I don't see the Jets winning the game. The Browns are pretty much without much for receiving right now, but they're gonna run the ball very effective today. And with the Jets offense being pretty non-existent, this game's gonna play to the under. This is one of my medium plays today. I'm gonna back the under at 44.5 today.
All right, and that brings us to Tony Gulledge. Can you hear?
I am trying to work through this so I don't bug myself with the phone. I think I got it now. Let's try this one time. Cleveland Browns, the play here, I think Lou mentioned it, the fade on the Jets. The Jets have not played 2 good games in a row. Whether they lost or not, of course they've lost every game, but they haven't been able to put together back-to-back good games all season long. Last week was their good game. They won. This week, I don't see them playing good again. The hangover from that victory, the press, looking at the Twitter feeds, everybody just seems satisfied winning. They about give up their number 1 draft pick just to not go 0-16. I think everything says take the Browns here. It's in my top 3. Not a bookie buster play, but it's in that next level of games, guys. I really like Cleveland. Expect the Browns to play strong defense. The Browns defense seems to do good against everybody except teams that can score. Yeah, Tennessee, you can look at the games. Baltimore, teams with a little bit of offensive competency have been able to do some damage to the Browns. But the poor teams, the Jets, the Giants, you look at the teams that a little lower offensive capacity have not done well. Expect to see a lot of that today. Cleveland gets ahead, grinds them out. Defense probably even would not be surprised to see a defensive touchdown from the Browns today. They'll dominate a Jets team still drunk on last week's win. The play is the Browns.
The play is the Browns, and now we're going to take a look and we're going to highlight our handicappers right here on bettorcenter.com.
The Ducks are going to fly south and crap on the Trojans.
There's a misperception about USC that they're actually a good team, and I don't think they are.
The most interesting play today, folks, from the man on the street is Cowboys plus 3.5. I take them on the money line. I see the Cowboys winning today and making the 49ers go to 5-10.
Tennessee Titans, I absolutely believe they will steamroll the Detroit Lions today.
I definitely like the over, and I would lean Tennessee pretty heavy. I might make a small play on Tennessee in the over.
This would be the end of the Patriots, and Cam Newton's 1-year experiment will be over. I like the Dolphins today, Luke.
They're not going to score against Miami. This is going to be my total of the week. Take this game under the total.
I think your best play to make on this game is to take the Texans and the points against the Colts.
Make sure to subscribe on YouTube or at bettorcenter.com on Facebook so you can get us when we come live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. This is Louie Diamond. Thank you for joining us on Bettor Center Live.
The Ducks are going to fly south and crap on the Trojans.
2 times, baby.
So good you got it twice.
It was so good we had to watch it twice. Thank you guys for watching Bettor Center Live on bettorcenter.com. Also check out YouTube on Louie Diamond and Facebook. We are going to move to game number 6 because I'm going to skip around. And don't worry, Tony Cusumano, I'm not going to forget about you over there in Big D. This time we are not going to forget about you. So let's move game number 6. That's the Eagles -3 at the Dallas Cowboys with an over-under of 50. We're going to start with Chumly. Let's get those thoughts in the NFC least.
Yes. This is going to be my top total today. Cowboys defense is about last in every category you can think of. The Eagles I think with Hurts, they're more well-rounded. He gives them more options, and there'll be 70-some points scored today. This is going to be my top total of the week. Play this game over.
All right, Louie, bag of diamonds. Are the Diamonds here in the NFC least two crappy teams?
Well, I'll agree with Chumley on this one. I don't see how. Do I want to put all that faith in Ertz right out of the gate like this after having a decent, having some decent outings? I don't know how big I would want to go. I know Philly needs the game in a bad way, and both of them need the game. Actually, I don't know if Dallas actually has. No, they got nothing to play for except for being the spoiler. So you know what? I can only feel for the over. I really can't feel for is Ertz going to go out and crush his team and do what he's done. So I don't have much of an opinion on the side. I want to see what he does here.
All right. The Dallas Cowboys are on pace to give up 30-plus points. This would be the worst in franchise history. Tony Gulledge, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm viewing this game as Dallas has won 2 straight games, and now they're in position to possibly make a run at this NFC East title. Perfect time for Dallas to fall flat on their face. I expect them to come out and somehow find a way to lose this game. Mention their poor defense. That's probably what's going to cost them today. But more than anything else, for me, this is going to be a fade on the Cowboys, who come up with 2 straight wins and are 1 game behind the football team, tied with the Giants. They play the Eagles today, Giants next week, so back-to-back division games. Just the gut feel for me is Dallas will find a way to lose, play the Eagles in this game.
Thanks, Tony G. Now it's time to go to the man on the street. Tony Cusumano in Big D over there in Dallas has a little brief report for us, about 1 minute or less. Let's go to Tony C. How are you today?
Well, thank you very much, Bettor Center. That's what you guys think. 1 minute or less. Let me tell you something here. We got a lot on the line here. There's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching at 4 o'clock Eastern today, and we're going to agree to disagree, Tony Gulledge. Cowboys +3. That's one of my plays of the day today, folks. Cowboys will win this one. They'll get their 3rd straight win of the season. They're going for the trifecta. You've got a rookie on the road, and Jalen Hurts. Is he a good kid? Yes, he is, but to put a rookie in a hostile environment on the road, they just lost on the road, a tough one last week at Arizona. Take the Cowboys +3, everyone at Bettor Center. And since this is the giving season, everybody, and I'm such a giving guy with a big heart here, the man on the street, let me finish up here with the Cowboys. So, look, we got a rookie on the road. You've got the veteran and Mr. Dalton coming in. Ezekiel Elliott may be available today. He did do some light practicing the other day. The Cowboys have the momentum, so I don't see how they don't win this one. I called it last week, as we just saw the video there. They were +3.5 or 4 against the 49ers last week. I see the Cowboys winning again here at home and keeping their playoff hopes alive, their slim playoff hopes alive. And Philly, they'll just have to wait until next year. They're too banged up. And we all know the old saying going back to back to September or August with the show. I've always said the 3 greatest days of a coach's life is his wedding day, the birth of a child, and a road victory. The Eagles are not winning on the road today, folks. Now, I'm a giving guy here. It is the giving season. A belated happy holidays to everyone since we didn't have a show on Christmas Eve. I'm going to give everyone my round robin. It's going to make your mouth water. This is my Christmas gift to everybody here. We're going to go with the Dallas Cowboys +3. Number 2, we're going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars +9 because the Bears are who we thought they were. And that's it. I'll tell you what, I'm taking the Jaguars. I'm putting a dime on the money line +370. So take that one to the bank, Bettor Center. And your 3rd most interesting play of the day for me is Tony Gulledge. You said it earlier. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they could only go up from here after that atrocious loss last week. Well, the Cincinnati Bengals, they can only go down. They're on cloud 9. They've got the hangover win. Take the Houston Texans. Lay the chalk at home. There's your round robin. Houston Texans -7.5. Jaguars now are up to +9. I'm going to moneyline the Jaguars because the Bears are who we thought they are, and the Cowboys +3. From that, everybody, let's have a wonderful, we're going to have a show. I'll be back before the new year. I was going to wish everyone a happy new year, but hopefully everyone had a wonderful, warm, and happy, healthy Christmas. Anything else that you want to interact with me here, Brad?
No, that was great. I thought you did a great job. You gave us 3 games. We really appreciate that. From here at the Mount Charleston studio to you, Happy New Year. Glad you had a happy and very Merry Christmas. Thank you, Tony.
Let me ask. Hold on. Let me ask Cusumano a question. All right. Here's the question, Cusumano. Did you realize that the Jaguars are playing for Trevor Lawrence here today? And that, I believe, has, as we'll get into that game, I don't see your outright dog winning with them Jaguars today, but we'll get into that. So, but did you realize that this is for the number 1 draft pick?
It is for the number 1 draft pick, but when the Jaguars win and the Jets lose to Cleveland, the Bears are who we thought they are. We've been saying it all year. Look, Mike Gannon, believe it or not, we don't even know who the starter is going to be.
No video.
It could be Minshew in Jacksonville. It could be Glennon, but former Bear Mike Glennon may be under center today in that game. I see Jacksonville picking up their second win of the year. Let's look at Jacksonville real quick. I don't want to do well on this game, but look at Jacksonville. They played Cleveland tooth and nail. They didn't get the 2-point conversion at the end of the game to almost take that game into OT. They also took Minnesota to overtime. They were down by 2 scores late. Don't underestimate this Jacksonville Jaguar team at home. They were blown out last week. Granted, it was on the road, and I'm going to go with Jacksonville. Take the 9 points, everyone watching in America. Jacksonville all the way. Easiest play on the board today is Jacksonville. Everyone's looking at the Bears.
The Sunday.
Thank you, Cusumano. Love the lights above your head. Look great. Thank you. Enjoy Big D. Guys, we're going to move to game number 5. This is the Carolina Panthers at the Redskins with an over-under of 41.5. And I have Pick'em right now on this game. Is that still correct? It is. We'll start with Louie Bag of Diamonds because you are hot over there on Tony Cusumano. So please continue with your opinion.
All right. So, well, this one, you know what? I didn't get a starting quarterback yet, so I need to find that out because one thing about the Redskins, and, I kind of offered everybody a little Christmas cheer with a Redskins ticket. All they have to do is win one of these next 2 games, and they're in the playoffs. So that's big. They control their own destiny. And now they have a defense that's actually been stepping up. They're feeling good. And they got the Ron Rivera, Ron's suffering right now from the cancer or fighting it, however you want to put it. But that brings a locker room together unlike any other locker room when you have that kind of love inside a locker room. And now they're reaching for them playoffs. They have Carolina this week. And then they got the Eagles next week, which, wow, that's a big divisional playoff game coming in. But if Washington can win, they're in. So I gotta believe this is. They don't want to have to beat Philadelphia next week. This is their spot, and against Ron's old team. So I actually believe this is a great spot here for the Redskins. It's the spot for them. And I'll put a little faith in Ron Rivera here today. But I do want to see the coach. Haskins is a terrible quarterback to be backing. That worries the hell out of me. And I'm going to find the answer out before we finish.
Yes, Rivera does want to start Alex Smith, but he has ankle issues. If he's healthy enough, I'm sure he'll be the starter. If not, you're going to see Haskins, Dwayne Haskins Jr., who went to the strip club. Well, how much will that affect the team? If he does play, we will find out. Chumly, please.
This is a game where these 2 teams generally play to the under. I think the last 6 games in Washington have stayed under, and I think at the end, Haskins probably is going to end up starting. I don't think Smith's going to be available, which I agree with Tony or Louie, that I kind of want to see that before I would back Washington with the spread. But I think this game is going to be kind of a dogfight. Look for it to be like 17-13 type game. I'm gonna make a small play on the under in this game.
Tony Gulledge.
This game to me has the feel of expect the unexpected. I really didn't make a play on this game. There's too many uncertainties for me, particularly with the football team. I see Redskins. I keep wanting to say Redskins, but I promise I would stick with football team just because I find it to be the best troll of 2020 to have to say the football team all year long. My gut here is to say Washington has the edge. But with the position they're in, these teams in NFC East, you almost expect them to fail. It's a race to the bottom. I'm going to avoid this game, but be careful with the Redskins, particularly if Haskins is starting. That it's got a bad smell to it. Be careful. I'm passing. Gut says take the Panthers.
Tony G, I've never seen you flustered. A little technical difficulties got you flustered. Very interesting. First time for everything.
Damn weeds. Them damn weeds.
All right, guys, let's move to a real game and a real team because the New York Football Giants are fighting to try to get back in the NFC East, which will probably not happen, especially that they are traveling to Baltimore and taking on the Ravens. Ravens -10 and the over-under 44. Louie Diamond the first. Is there any love or diamonds or pearls for the Giants? Are we going Ravens? Are we taking over, teasing? What are we doing?
Well, we're definitely teasing the Ravens here today. Ravens, they're clicking again now against a Giant team that had a little click going, but they're not going to be able to keep up with the Raven offense today. I think could be a long day for them Giants. I see money in the teaser without a doubt. So I want to lay double digits with the Ravens. Definitely a little leery-some with that, but I do believe they blow them out today.
Tony, I'm going to you because I want that flustered session over, which I think it is. I see you smiling. You're playing the music in the background. You're ready. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Baltimore New York Giants game is going to be my bookie buster play of the day, guys. Head over to bettorcenter.com. Had 2 bookie buster plays yesterday. Cashed both of them. Pretty easy winners. Gonzaga in college basketball. I basically had everybody I knew trying to get them to bet that game. Easy money. And then followed it up with the 5th consecutive Saturday. I nailed the NCAA football bookie buster. It was with the effort from Liberty +7, get the straight up win. Even though they attempted to blow the game in the final minute, they did win. So we're 17-7 with the bookie buster plays. That's 71%. Feel this play is going to be right there with it. Try to get to 72%. We're doing so well that even when you win, you're barely moving up. So that's a good sign. Get over to the Bettor Center site, guy, and pick up this play. This is my NFL Week 16 bookie buster, and good luck.
I picked it correct, Tony Gulledge. I knew this was going to be your bookie buster. What an entertaining game, by the way, Liberty and Coastal Carolina. That end in overtime, it was like, how much more could we get? And I had to DVR the game. So I watched that immediately after I watched the Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. So that was pretty exciting for me. All right, we are going to go to the next game, and that would have to be the Rams at the Seahawks. This is Pick'em, over under 47. The Seahawks lost to the Rams the first meeting between these two teams. We're going to start with Chumly.
This one, I'm probably not going to have an official play on it. Just saying that normally when these two teams play, they somehow play to the under. I don't have a real good feel either way. I mean, the Rams have been playing real well. Seattle doesn't lose much at home. I'm just gonna sit back and watch this one, but I'm not gonna have a play on anything on the game.
Louie Diamond. This is an exciting game.
Listen, you lost to the winless Jets last week. You were the laughing stock of the league. And if the Rams can't bring a game today, they do not bring a game at all. So, I got to have some feel for the Rams, but I'm really, as Chumley said, they have a history of playing to the under. And one thing about Russell Wilson, he is not baking like he has been baking. So they've got him down like they've got Roethlisberger down. And I think the Rams are going to be up for the task. So I will be playing the under, and I'll probably be teasing the Rams somewhere within my plays.
Guys, how about a little bit of love for this Seahawks defense that we all criticize and ripped apart, especially Ross Benjamin, who's not here with us, rbwins.com. In the last 4 games, they've held their opponents to 20 points or less. That's improvement. Carlos Dunlap they signed. They look a little bit better. That safety that they traded for, that guy that they got from the New York Football Jets has like 10 sacks already this year. Going to break a record if he hasn't already. So that brings us to Tony G. Pick'em, Seahawks, Rams at Seattle. Russie W. No, he hasn't been cooking much, but maybe he'll grill a little bit tonight on the Rams defense, even though they have the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. And Russell Wilson tends to struggle against the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. Please.
Yeah, this is a position, and I love this. The Rams laid a big egg, straight up losses, a 17-point favorite to the New York Jets. But as I've discussed and as I have continued to bet and will bet it again here today, I love to play the Rams off a loss or a game where they just don't play very well. Love this position for them. They've continually made money in this position, and they do well against Seattle. I think this my gut is saying for the total players, this is going to be a lower scoring game. This is going to be a punch each other in the mouth. Coming down to the fourth quarter, it's going to be really tight, but I expect the Rams to get the best of it just based off, I'm going to take my chances until I actually lose this situation. I'm going to keep betting it. Rams off a loss, off a horrible game. They can't play any worse than they played last week. Expect them to play better, and I like them against Seattle today. I'm playing the Rams.
Tony G, I'm going to take my chances, and I'm going to listen to Eugene, who's talking in my ear right now, and I'm going to go to a very Merry Christmas message from Louie Diamond I, our executive producer.
Oh, I love this tree. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas!
We're never too late to give a little Christmas message. Yes, it's been 2 days, but sorry. We apologize to the fans here of Bettor Center Live on BettorCenter.com that we did not have a Christmas Eve show or Christmas show, but we were too busy with the family. We will move to our last game here, Week 16 of the National Football League, before we say goodbye and ask the gentlemen, our 3 professional sports handicappers, for their play of the day, their most interesting play of the day. But we're going to do this game number 10, Eugene. Game number 10. We're going to do it like this. The Tennessee Titans Sunday Night Football battle the Green Bay Packers. And you know where I'm going to start with that lactose-tolerant cheesehead Chumly. Packers -3. They can't stop the run. And your boy over there in Tennessee, or I'd probably say my boy Derrick Henry, has had about 10 straight games of 100 yards or more. Can you guys stop them?
No. It's going to be my most interesting play today, actually. The Packers don't stop the run. Henry's going to have a big game. And what does Tennessee not do? They haven't been stopping the pass, and Rodgers is in MVP form. Wait on this total a little bit. They're going to some snow moving in. The total will come down a little bit, but before the game starts, it should be around 51.5. I want everybody to pound the over in this game. This is my total of the week, along with the Cowboys over. There'll be 65, 70 points scored. And as far as the side goes, it could go either way. But this game's going to play to the over tonight.
Thank you, you Swiss cheese head. And that stat that I was trying to spit out was actually Derrick Henry has 9 straight games of 100-plus yards in road games. 9 straight road games. They're on the road. It's cold. We'll see what happens. Green Bay Packers going for the number 1 seed. Louie Diamond, the first, please.
I am on Chumley's train here today. Absolutely.
Woo-hoo.
I mean, well, listen.
Thank you, Louie.
Yeah. No, thank you. That was, they can't stop the run. Green Bay can't stop the run. Indianapolis can't, Tennessee can't stop the pass. Yes, you got the weather. That's not bugging me. The high winds are not expected. So as long as I don't have the high winds, I can't see how this over isn't going to be you know, a nice solid winner. I mean, that's, so I think Chumly hit the nail on the head here. So 14, 13 mile an hour winds. Don't think it's going to slow that down. Certainly not going to slow Henry down. Over.
The Packers are 14-2 at home since 2019. That's the best record in the National Football League. Tony G, what do you have for us?
Yeah, I just think the running game is going to be the key for Tennessee here. Obviously, you can't make the mistakes from the quarterback position, and when you got a big-time running back able to produce in cold weather games on the road, it travels, and it hurts when this guy runs into you at 15, 20 miles per hour on the edge. And it wears a toll as the game goes on. Henry gets stronger, and there's a reason why Tennessee, is able to cause damage at this time of the year. It's because Derrick Henry can run people over and make 100 yards look like chump change. I got a gut feel here. I'm going to fade Green Bay, and I'm going to play Tennessee. It's not a total disregard for Green Bay saying that I think they're going to be bad. I think this is their kryptonite, though, facing a running back like that. And they lost it. We remember Dalvin Cook was just able to pound on them the whole game, big numbers, and they were able to beat Green Bay. I'm looking for something similar here where this is just not the kind of matchup Green Bay likes. Their defense isn't able to hold up to this kind of sustained abuse up front. And I think by the end of the game, and I can see this kind of going over. I'm not going to disagree with the guys on the flow of the game. It could get a pace, but I could also see a situation where it gets nip and tuck, and they're trying to milk the clock at the end. But I find this to be a favorable spot for the Titans. And it's one of my three best picks that I can give out on the show here is Cleveland, the Rams, and Tennessee as part of that trifecta. So I think you should go with those three. Play Tennessee in this game. I like the Titans.
All right, Tony, was that your most interesting play? Because we already got Chumley's.
What was that again? Sorry.
That's okay. Was that your most interesting play of the day then? Because we already got Chumley's.
All right. Well, let me go interesting play of the day. I think last night I went with the NBA best bet, which are now perfect 4-0 for my subscribers. And it was Oklahoma City, and they got the job done. They tried to blow it late, but they covered against the Hornets. For today, we're going to go with the Brooklyn against same Hornets. They're coming in. Hornets, I just think, are weak. Jordan's done a terrible job. I mentioned it yesterday. So my most interesting play is to fade the Hornets on back-to-back days with the best bet today. Take Brooklyn Nets against the Hornets as your most interesting play. And my undefeated NBA, make sure to check out that Bookie Buster play at Bettor Center, guys, hitting 71%. And I feel great about this play cashing today. So head on over and check that out. And thanks, Brad.
I like it, Tony G. You went basketball on us, something different. Louie Diamond the first. I know you're going to go with the National Football League for your most interesting play of the day. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yes, because my college basketball system is kind of winding down, but my NBA had a beautiful day yesterday. Hit a nice 5-team round robin. It's been a while, and it was a nice little catch. So definitely got ourselves right out of the gate with some NBA money, and hopefully we'll be parlaying that in the future. So you definitely want to, if you want to see what I'm doing, listen, I play money line, round robin parlays. When they come in, they're lottery tickets, guys. They're not going to hit every day. Yesterday they hit, and when they get streaky, boom, 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 it gives you a nice bankroll to work with in the future. So ways to find out how to do that. You call me, 877-711-9467. We'll talk about it direct. And meanwhile, my most interesting play today will be, I was looking for a money line parlay round robin in the NFL. I don't really see it today. I don't think it's a big dog day. But see, in the NBA, you get dog days many times throughout the season. So, but that being said, I'm going to roll with the teaser here. And guys, I'm telling you, I don't know how this teaser misses today. So I hope you really take advantage of it. And obviously, I hope we all have something to smile about with afterwards. But the Jets, I can't see how they're going to lose today. We're going to tease them down. The Texans, we didn't talk about that game. But the fate on the Bengals after the big win on against the Steelers, we got to roll with that. So we want to tease that. then I got to go with the Bears. I got to tease them down. Jaguars, I believe the 2 quarterback theory is from Marone to get himself a quarterback. So I think he's just trying to find a way to throw this game. But that's a personal opinion going in. That's all. So so you got the 3 teams there. And Baltimore going to crush it. Baltimore's 40-0 straight up. When I got this another one from Alan DeRozier's. 40-0 straight up when they're a double-digit favorite or more. So if I can get them down to the 3.5, I'm in on it as well. So let's cast that teaser there today, guys. I really think you got something good to work with. So make some money. Thank me tomorrow.
Thank you, Louie Diamond. I just heard in my ear that Tony Cusumano said 90 seconds or less. What is he doing? It keeps going. But thank you, Louie Diamond, and thank you for Bettor Center Live, bettorcenter.com, YouTube at Louie Diamond, and Facebook. Chumly, thank you. Tony G, technical difficulties is a thing of the past. Thank you. And, of course, we're going to have to thank Eugene, Spotlight Film Productions, and everyone over here at Spotlight Film Productions. And a little tribute to Eddie Murphy. Merry New Year from Trading Places. Have a wonderful day. We'll catch you next week.